Welcome back to another reading and correcting of Stepping Up by me, Kindar, the Tiger Writes. And hi, the Tiger's Supervisor. Today we are doing chapter 44. Tibs walked among the booths being set up. He had planned to look for thieves among the people arriving with the caravan so he could identify those who stayed behind, but the smell of cooking sweets were distracting him, reminding him it had been 7 days since his last meal, that his run was in the afternoon, and that he wouldn't be able to eat once that was done. Pause. He paused before a completed booth with pans. Pants? Really? Pans over burning coal. Pans over burning coal. There was nothing in them yet, but the smell of the smoke was enough to make him salivate. "Come back in a few hours," the woman behind them said, putting down wooden boxes with essence woven through them, mostly air, some water, and others he couldn't identify. "I'll have fried potatoes around Tardinian meats for a silver a stick." "What's that?" He asked. Silver for meat sounded like a great deal. She looked at the box. "That's my cold box. I keep my meats in it so I don't have to pay to send someone back to my wagon for more all the time." Tibs nodded. "You know, food's great, kid," she said with a chuckle, "but you're going to make yourself sick waiting for it to be ready. Come back in a couple of hours, and I'll make sure there's one for you." His stomach growled, and he put his hand in his pocket to keep them from shaking. He wanted to eat right now. Walked away, then out of the bazaar, giving up on his plan. All it would take was one booth with food ready, and it would ruin his attempt at an audience today. Tibs looked at the door at the top of the stairs and stiffened a groan. There was no way he'd make it up as weak as he felt. It was as if staying away from the bazaar when all he knew. Whoa, what the? Tibs looked at the door at the top of the stairs and stiffened a groan. There was no way he'd make it up as weak as he felt. It was as if staying away from the bazaar when he knew there was food ready to be sold to him, and that, like Krosef, they would serve him if he paid, that was stealing more of his strength than if Kamdar was bathing him in darkness. That is one, very long, two, not exactly easy to spell. Let's spell it, it's clone. It was as if staying away from the bazaar when he knew there was food ready to be sold to him. I've noticed, and it's been pointing out, that I tend to nestle ideas within ideas within ideas within ideas, and it makes for a confusing read. It was as if staying away from the bazaar when he knew there was food ready to be sold to him was stealing more of his strength. Kamdar was bathing him in darkness. Unlike Krosef, they would serve him if he paid. And then, it jumps directly into Krosef instead of having to jump right back around. Krosef didn't know why Tibs was fasting, but he respected it and smiled when he came begging for scraps. Took a breath and steadied himself before starting up, his team at his side. He would do this. He realized, as said, that the clerk is going to take one look. What look? Really? Take one look at Tibs and know something's off. She has to go through this, right? She knows the signs. Wait. Women. I think I turned the clerk into a man in the next chapter. Clerics will go through years of training before they will go through the process of readying themselves for the attempt of their audience, Mercer. I do not expect she will recognize Tibs' estate as an attempt as such. I expect she will not even consider that it is possible for someone not of a purity bloodline to know the method, let alone attempt it. Carrying aside, he's right. Clerics can be narrow-minded. Tibbs did his best not to slow everyone, to keep his legs steady. Falling now would attract the cleric's attention, and the question of if she could heal hunger came back to him. Neither Commodore nor Carino had sounded confident when they said clerics couldn't do it, and if she attempted to heal him and it didn't work, would that be suspicious too? But still be careful, people said in a in a low voice as they got within earshot. Actually, don't worry, Tibs whispered. I don't want to ever have to do this again. Simply stay with the plan. Simply stay to the plan. Or said, and all shall be fine. Don't say that. Tibs barely stick with the ground. It never goes according to the plan. You have the dungeon on your side. I am certain this will go well. It will, still said. As long as he got inside, as the cleric focused on him. Do you need healing? She asked. Stepping forward, he looks weak. He's fine, Tickle said casually. He spent the night running the roofs and forgot he had to run today. I can remove the effect of like a slate. She reached for him and Tibs stepped back, his foot slipping on the edge of the step. His back. So we're going to end the phrase there. His foot slipped off the edge of the break. He had a flash of slipping off the edge of the mountaintop. The dread of hitting the ledge. Here, I can just go, Commodore, steady them. Just let them in, the massive guard said, laughing. If they're looking to get rid of their thief, this way is their decision. He's a rogue. Jekyll replied harshly. Of course, the guards coughed and snickered, because polishing a title changes who someone is. Just like putting you in leathers, Erg. Why did I make this? Just like putting you in leathers. You know what? I don't know. Leathers, Merg, makes you anything more than a thug. Merg stepped forward. Watch your mouth, Jack. Your daddy's not. Jekyll moved faster than Tibs followed, and the guard was hitting the rock wall next to the door. Are you okay? Jekyll asked sweetly. You really need to remember how clumsy you are, Merg. Constantly fighting against my fist like that can't be healthy. Turned to the clerk. My lady clerk, while I am certain my friend would appreciate the assistance, he needs the lesson. The run comes before his pleasure. Tibs snorted, says the fighter who jumps cross-F's. Carino put a hand over his mouth with a gasp. Tibs was thankful. He had no idea where that had come from. Maybe his hunger was affecting his mind as much as his body. We'll make sure he survives, Jekyll said. But a few close calls, we're doing good. She looked at Tibs. My orders are to heal anyone before they enter the dungeon. And we'll all vouch that you healed them, Jekyll said. Isn't that right, Merg? Alan? Whatever you say, the other guard said. Tibs couldn't make out what Merg grumbled as he got to his feet. There. As far as anyone who matters, you have healed them. She made a displeased sound. If asked, this is so you won't take clerks for granted. Oh, whatever you want to sing, Jekyll said cordially, I'll be happy to sing too. You can't sing, Tibs said. I so can, Jekyll replied. Joseph loves the way he can make me. Jekyll, the run, Bess said, indicating the door. After this, I will show you all how well I can sing. The fighter grumbled, stepping inside. Tibs followed, and as soon as he thought the people outside couldn't see, he put an arm over his stomach and to listen. Maybe he was eating himself? Tibs, I whispered. Did the dungeon tell you how he was going to make your audience happen this time? No. Maybe he got busy with something and isn't paying attention to here right now. Stow! He yelled, and his friends looked behind them at the still closed door. At the still too closed doorway. Does yelling make a difference? Was asked when the guards didn't come running in. Doesn't it know everything that happens inside? Well, his body? So I liked this better when I didn't know it was a person. This is really weird. You should imagine how it felt the first time someone walked inside me. Still replied. There you are. Dungeon's here, Jekyll said, and looked at the doorway again. Maybe we should move deeper. Maybe we should move deeper in. They can't hear you, Still said. I have it so sound from outside doesn't cross the threshold. Sorry, so sound from inside doesn't cross the threshold. He's got the silence thing on the door, Tibs translated. Perhaps we should hurry regardless. The sooner this is done, the sooner Tibs can rest. I expect he will need to remain in bed for the next 2 days due to his hunger. Fine, Tibs said, as his stomach sent a sharp shard of pain. This is a why, not a what. Why are you hungry? Ganymede asked. Hey, Ganny, I'm using the way the clerics get ready for their audience. I don't like it, he grumbled. Not sure what that has to do with it, she said. Obviously, you're a rogue. Shrug. It's making me die of hunger, so it covers the intense emotion. And I do feel like I'm going to die if I don't eat anything soon. It's not eating danger is not. It's not. Oh, isn't. Isn't not eating dangerous for people? So ask, how long can people go without eating? He became agitated. I don't know. Then he replied, but if Tibs says he's dying, it can't be much longer. Okay, Danny, I know it's against the rule, but I'm making him something to eat. Come on, I must have something ready to eat. You can't eat meat. Can you eat meat? What? Didn't anyone come in with food? Tibs moaned at the idea of a juicy steak, and his stomach growled loud enough. Jack looked at him. I'm not eating. Tibs forced himself to say, I need to have the audience. Tibs, I put that in the same room you had. I put that in the same room you had your audience with fire. I didn't know you do this to yourself. There's no way you can get through the pool room and the whippers in your state, let alone the rattling and the bunnylings. Yeah, that's not good. Maybe some food would be okay. What's happening? Maz asked, worried. Things aren't. Things aren't going according to the plot to the plan. His stomach insisted food was vital at the moment. Okay. I made a stack of some form of hard bread one of the nobles had. I think it was a noble. Why would a noble have that on them? Must have been someone else. But it's something I can make, and I did. Just go to the second floor, Tibs. It's waiting for you. I don't think it's going to help, still. Kenny, I can't just let him die of hunger. He isn't like you. I don't think people just get better as soon as they absorb nourishment. You saw how they work. You saw how they worked when you tried making one. Then I'm turning everything off. No, Tibs said. You're breaking enough rules for me by getting me the audience. Tibs, Storm poured. I'll be okay. My team will make sure of it. We will, Jekyll said. We know what we're agreeing to first? Maz asked. Are you saying you won't help Tibs? Still demanded, then let out an exasperated cry. Why didn't your mysterious dumb make it so I can talk with people? Are you really going to turn your back on Tibs if whatever we need to do isn't to your liking? Jekyll asked Maz. Of course not, Gertrude protested. But don't you want to know? What if the dungeon needs one of us to go through him? What if the dungeon needs one of us to go through himself on the throw himself? Wow. What if the dungeon needs one of us to throw himself at the creature so they won't eat Tibs? Then I'll do it, Jekyll replied. And watch them break their teeth. They're not all made of stone, Jekyll. I won't ask you to do that, Tibs said. This isn't how Stowe does things, and you just agreed to help me survive the rooms between here and the maze hall. That's where he put the audience room. Same place where I had the audience with fire. Did he really have to use the same room where he nearly died? Jekyll asked. It was already there. Still replied. Still had nothing to do with that. Not knowingly, at least. And he saved me. That's 4 room we need to get through, yes, without you being able to put most of your weight in your current state. I can roll the 4 back to your first run. No, Tibbs replied at the same time as Genny protested. Tibbs, Genny, I can't just let him die. I'm supposed to help him. My team will. Come on, Tibbs, be realistic here. There's no way any of them can get through that room. That room, yeah, this. The pool room without you the way you are. You've always been the reason they made it. You shot on the trigger, you iced the water, you deactivated the traps. And before you even think of mentioning that, that room is going to be turned off when you exit. That is final. Put it over the ceiling. Please, still trailed off. Tibbs, let me roll back the pool room. Just that one, please. Genny didn't trust his judgment in his current state. In his current state of distracted anger. That one room. Still, you have to just do that one room. After everything else, you can't risk attracting more attention. You don't even know how any of that works. Still snaps. So don't. Hey, Tibbs shouted, that's not fair. She's doing the best she can to keep you safe. It's okay, Tibbs, she said. He's just scared for you. Dungeons have never gotten attached to one of the runners. This is new for him. Both of us. I'm not. I think it's time you stop saying that still. Tibbs cut him off. While I am normally skilled at making meanings of things unsaid and or unheard, Andar said, I am hoping one of you has understood something of this exchange. Not a thing, Jekyll replied. Still's going to make the trap easier, but the rest we need to deal with as they are. I am willing to change them, Still stated. He likes me, which is why Still's broken so many rules. Told you, Jekyll said. But Genny said that puts him of danger of attracting the attention of the people who enforce the rules, but still doesn't really believe they're real. I didn't make them up, Genny said. But you've never seen them either, Still countered. This isn't going to work, as said. You can't fight in your state, Tibbs, Irina told him. I know this is going to get confusing. Yeah, that's the best I can do. Dungeon, Jekyll said. The rooms with creatures in them. Are they going to be any harder than the last time we were in them? Go ahead. Genny said resignedly. No, I'm going to have them at that same difficulty. They're going to be the same, Tibbs told Jekyll. We immediately picked them up. Activate the doorway, Kirina. Hi, I can walk. Tibbs protested. I'm not risking you with the triggers in the pool room. Easy or not, you're not in a condition to attempt them. We can't go if Tibbs can't fight, Mess said as Kirina looked at the area where the doorway to the second floor was. We can deal with them fine. Tibbs stays in the hall by the entrance for each room. Fine, what about the loot then? We need... Fuck the loot! Jekyll snapped, stepping towards the archer, and Tibbs slapped him. Ow, what was that for? You love loot. You love it almost more than Crosap. I'm going to get all of it. Considered something, except the one in the pool. I can't deal with whatever is in the water right now. Since when is there loot in the pool? Jekyll demanded. Kirina, have you heard anything about that? No, but then again, the few teams where someone tried to swim across the pool didn't get any further after whatever it is in the water ate them. Next time I'll get it for you, Tibbs promised. Better, Jekyll said, stepping to the shimmering doorway. Because I love loot. And this concludes chapter 44. If you are enjoying this, leave a like. If you want to know when the next one's going to be, subscribe and hit the bell. If you want to listen So if you want to read the story a little bit ahead, probably, you can do that for free on Royal Road. If you want to read it further ahead than Royal Road and support me, you can do that on my Patreon and have access to basically everything I've written. And if you want to listen to me fumble my way through these live, Tuesday morning on Twitch, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. The rest of the week, I write. The links are in the notes. And with that, I shall wish you a good day.